Good morning, squad. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Finally, I am bringing you guys a week of workouts. Okay, so this video is going to give you a little insight of how I structure my workouts in the gym. I want you to take this video as a source of motivation and inspiration. If you're just starting your fitness journey, getting into the gym, and you don't know how to structure your workout, you always come back and refer to this video. So currently I have a 4-day split in the gym. First day is legs, of course, and then my second day is back and biceps. Third day is chest, triceps, and shoulders, and my final day I hit legs again, but with more hamstring focus. And if I do have a 5th day, I will focus on cardio. I hate cardio, by the way, but I will do a little cardio workout. And then my abs are just part of my routine anyway, so I don't have like a specific day for just abs. I try and do abs as a finisher at least 3 times a week. And yeah, with that being said, today is Monday. It's leg day. Let's get into this video. I'm gonna see you guys in the gym. All right, so we made it to the gym. Now, I like to start my week with legs because legs just require the most strength to do, and I'm usually not as excited to train anything else on a Monday. And training legs first really just sets the tone for me for the rest of my training week. So I did my warm-up off camera, and I always start off with my compound lift first because those target more muscles and therefore requires the most energy for me to lift. So on leg day, that'll be my squats. And I usually start off light. So I'm doing 15 kg on each side first. And I do about 15 reps. Now, if you have the question of what workouts you should start off with or how your training split should be, that is all up to you, and that depends on what your goals are. So if your primary fitness goal is to build your chest, for example, for a guy, you would have to have at least 2 chest days a week or 3 depending, but that doesn't mean neglecting other areas of your body. And to my women, yes, our goal is to grow our lower body usually. So about 2 to 3 times of lower body workouts is sufficient for that. The most important thing that you want to pay attention to is making sure that you're not training the same muscles consecutively. So let's say you did legs today and then tomorrow you go back and you do legs again. And then the day after that you do legs, all because you want it to grow. That's not how it works. More isn't really more when it comes to fitness because you have to give that muscle a rest for it to grow, at least 24 to 48 hours so that your muscles can recover. So for example, I'm doing legs today. I would then go on and do my back tomorrow and then my chest before I even come back and train my legs again. So that would give me 2 days of rest for my legs. So that is why we have training splits. All right. So right now I'm doing split squats. I have a love-hate relationship with this exercise because it tends to put a lot of pressure on my knees, but I kept the weight light. I'm using 10 kg and I did about 10 reps each side. And if you see me, look at my face, I was struggling with my balance. I haven't actually done these in a while. It was so funny. And I just love doing videos like this because I get to show you guys a little bit of reality. As advanced as a trainer as I am, I still do struggle here and there, guys. It's not always posed and flexed and perfect and photo ready. I was completely done. But I'm just saying, listen, I have stomach rolls too. I lose my balance. I like to be able to show you guys me just heaving and breathing and having a hard time because that's just real. You know, I think we live in a generation of social media where if things don't look aesthetic enough, then we just don't want to post it. And we tend to compare ourselves so much to strangers that we've never met. And I just want you guys to feel like you don't need to beat down your body because it doesn't look a certain way. We all have imperfections, okay? So just allow your journey to be just that, your journey. Now I have moved on to my sumo squats and I've really fallen in love with this exercise and I'm just doing as many reps as I can until failure. Then I move on to my elevated reverse lunges or deficit reverse lunge and I did about 15 reps here. After this, I did dumbbell RDLs, but I think I forgot to film it. However, I will be posting a tutorial on how to do an RDL with proper form. It is a simple exercise that most people get wrong. So after that, I moved on to do my calves. I'm doing my calves on the leg press machine. Now, I wasn't genetically gifted with the calves, so I try and do them as much as I can. And I love doing them on this leg press because it's easy to do, and then I jump right into my normal leg presses. Now, I'm doing a close stance leg press, and this will hit my hamstrings more. So I finish at about 15 reps. I usually rest after each set for 2 minutes, and then I go into my hip thrusts. Now, Now I started off with 90 kg and I would usually go up to about 180 kg. So that would be about 3 to 4 sets of each. Now I want to remind you guys that you really have to be challenging your muscles if you're serious about growth. Look at your training right now and ask yourself if you're training hard enough. If you notice that when you're training, you're at ease through all of your reps, then that means you're not really training hard enough. If you don't go up on weights, you're still doing 20 kg squats from 6 months ago, then there's no actual work or challenge that's being put on your muscles, and you're not putting your muscles in a position for them to be able to grow. So when it comes to rep ranges, for example, if I say 8 to 10 reps and you do 8 to 10, but you know those 10 reps were so relaxed, like you could have gone for like 15 more, I need you to correct that today, okay? Because when we say 8 to 10 reps, those 8 to 10 reps are your working reps. Don't limit yourself to that. When training, I like to count from when I actually start to feel the burn. Then I know that, okay, now I'm within the rep range where the muscles are stinging and it's actually working. I'm struggling, I'm breaking a sweat. That's when you know that the real work has begun. Now I can start counting my reps. But when the reps are still like, oh, you're slow, you can barely feel the weight moving, and it just feels like you're doing something, but there's no struggle to it, then it's time to move up your weights. So this is me completing my final set of squats. And now let's move on to day 2. So today's Tuesday and I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I'm training back today. I usually train back after leg day. I used to do upper body like twice a week. No, I used to do upper body 3 times a week. My upper body goes faster than my lower body. I was doing 3 upper body days a week and I looked really buff. It would just bulk up really, really quickly. And my back workouts now are pretty simple. I don't really aim to like lift super heavy because I'm not looking to bulk. Like I'm not looking to put on a bunch of mass on my upper body. So I'm keeping my back workout today pretty simple, a bit light. I'm probably gonna do some deadlifts, probably do some pull-ups, I'm not sure, but it depends on how I feel. But first, pre-workout. I'm gonna do a detailed video on the pre-workouts and the supplements that I use in general because I've been getting asked a lot of questions on those. All right, that was just me getting hyped for today's back workout. So I am starting with my compound lift again for back day. That'll be deadlifts. Now, a lot of women run away from training upper body or just don't even take it that serious because they're more focused on trying to grow a booty. So they don't feel the need to train their upper body at all, but it really doesn't work that way. You have to still be training your upper body. And the reason for that is because it will allow you to grow and strengthen your overall physique. Now, most people just don't understand how to train, which is why they're stuck with this mindset. Also, they don't want to train their upper body because they are afraid of looking too muscular. You have to understand that there's a certain level of training and lifting that you need to be doing in order for you to even get to that point that you think you're going to get to. And most women, the average female, including me, will never be able to get to that point because our bodies just don't have the amount of testosterone for us to look like a man, quote unquote. So it is okay to want to focus on your legs, but don't neglect your other body parts. Next, I'm into my lat pull downs, which I love. These are a staple in all of my back workouts. These have my lats feeling so good, and they're still kind of sore as I'm filming this voiceover on this Sunday. So here I'm just leaning back very slightly, not too much, and I'm basically trying to focus on time under tension with this one. Next, I go ahead and set up for my dumbbell single arm back rows. I'm using a bench stabilize here, and I'm starting with 10 kg dumbbells, and I would usually do about 4 sets, so I would go up to about 20 kg dumbbells, and I would do this for 8 to 10 reps, somewhere around that rep range. Next, I move on to the cables, and I'm doing a cable pull down. I like using these rope grips. You can use a wider bar, like you can use a straight bar for a wider grip. I'm doing more of a narrow push down, and I'm just slightly keeping my arms relatively straight and using all the power in my lats to push the weights down. Now, I kept the weights light. I started off with a 10 kg weight plate, and then I did 4 sets. And to finish things off, I did 2 bicep exercises for the day. I did a standing dumbbell bicep curl, and then I jumped right into doing hammer curls. No rest in between these 2 exercises, by the way, and my biceps were on fire. I did 10 bicep curls and 10 hammer curls, and I did 4 sets of each. I ended my workout for the day with cable crunches. I love this ab exercise. And it's honestly really one of the only exercises that I do for my abs, this and the hanging leg raises. And honestly, you don't really need 100 different ab workouts, okay? Just get 2 to 3 good ones and do those repetitively, consistently. And I don't really do too much with the weights, so I usually keep my weights about between maybe 20 to 30 kg. If I'm using a cable like this, it's usually 20 to 25 kg. But if I'm using an actual cable machine, I can go heavier. And that wraps up my workout for the day. And we're moving on to day 3. All right, in the gym for chest day, first things first is my upper body warm up. Get my upper body loosened, get rid of any tightness. I use a pull-up band and I just do some front to back rotations and some pull aparts. And I usually start with a dumbbell incline chest press, and I'm using a 10 kg dumbbell. Now, how I train my upper body is completely different from how I train my lower body. The difference being that with my lower body, I'm trying to build mass and I'm trying to grow the muscle in size. I'm trying to grow my booty, my quads, hamstrings. So I'm going to put as much volume on them a week as I can. Heavier weights and training much closer to failure. I'm not trying to grow my upper body. I'm trying to maintain the size I have already and the strength in those muscles. So I'm keeping my weights lighter with a lower rep range as well. Now, training your upper body isn't going to make you look like a man, like I said before. You don't need to throw away your upper body workouts because of that fear. Train according to your goals. Know what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to build the hourglass physique, your upper body is included in that as well. It's not just the booty. It's not just the hamstrings and the quads and stuff. You can't build an hourglass figure if you're not training your upper body. Train for strength. Also, if you're struggling with your upper body strength, that doesn't mean run away from upper body workouts. That is actually a sign to train it more and build it up. When you build your strength in your upper body, it will help you with your performance when you do train your lower body. And it'll just give you a better quality of your workouts. Now, what you want to do is you want to maintain a low, medium rep range. So that'll be about 4 to 10 or 8 reps of each exercise. Also maintain shorter sets, so that's about 3 to 4 sets of each exercise and 2 to 5 minutes rest in between your exercises. So I just finished my bench presses and then I went straight into close grip press and then my chest flies. And I train in supersets, so I don't rest in between. I do 6 to 8 reps of each. And the burn that I get from that is crazy. My chest exercises are honestly just these 3. It's not really necessary for me to do any more than that. And for my triceps, I do these cable tricep push downs. And after that, I do 1 set of checking myself out in the mirror. Okay, so now I've moved on to my second set and I went up to 15 kg dumbbells. Now I usually stick within a 5 to 10 kg weight range for my chest workouts and my upper body as well. So I do again about 8 to 10 reps. And I want to remind you guys that growth takes time, okay? Sometimes I can't believe how far I've come on my journey. I look back at my photos from like 5 years ago and there's been progress every step of the way, which eventually brings you to the big results. So every little thing you do takes you to the bigger one. So just be consistent with what it is that you're doing and you're going to get there. All right. So after that, I move on to my shoulders. Now I naturally have a lean upper body, so my muscles pop quicker, like I told you guys. So I don't necessarily do too much with my shoulder workouts. I did seated shoulder presses and I also forgot to do shoulder flies for this set, but I do shoulder flies as well. And I also did the seated front shoulder raises, and then I finished the chest and shoulder workout with standing barbell shoulder press. Now don't forget to also keep your body hydrated during your workouts. Now I'm going into the core segment of my workout and I need to talk to you guys about your abs, okay? So ab workouts are not for burning belly fat. Your abs are muscles. They're muscles just like your hamstrings, muscles just like your glutes, just like your quads. And for them to grow, you need to train them. And by training them, you grow the abdominal muscle. However, if you have belly fat over your abdominal muscles, you will not see the abs no matter how many ab exercises you do. For you to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. So that means you have to be on point with your nutrition. So if you're overeating consistently and a majority of your diet includes high fat, high processed fast foods, then you need to work on that first before anything. That way you can reduce your overall body fat by being in a deficit so that you can make your abs visible. Now, combining that with cardio helps as well, and that's how you're going to be able to see the ab definition. You're not going to be able to see those abs just by doing hundreds of reps and crunches and sit-ups. By the way, these 4 abs almost wanted to kill me. Look at my face. Like I was saying, if you need help on how to structure a meal plan, then check out the nutrition plans that I have on my website. Hopefully those help you. Now, after I completed these floor ab workouts that wanted to literally kill me because I had the worst cramps, I went ahead and did these hanging leg raises. These are also really great for your lower core, your lower belly. And then I did the cable crunches, which are my absolute favorite ab exercises. So it was a rainy Saturday, and I took Thursday and Friday off because Thursdays are my rest days. However, I had a lot of work and content to catch up with, so I took Friday off as well. So now I am going into my second leg day, which is quite short, but still very intense. And my focus here is usually my quads with a bit of glutes as well. Now, I was still very sore from my last few leg days, so here I'm just starting off with some foam rollers and my dynamic stretches. So I'm starting my workout off with goblet squats. I swapped this with the barbell back squat today just to add a little variation to my workout. And since I've switched to only doing 2 lower body days a week now, I do still try and hit my glutes and hamstrings as much as I can on both days, but today with more focus on my quads. Now, I'm doing hip thrusts as well, and I did more light lifting. So my first day I did heavier weights. For this one, I'm keeping the weights a bit lighter and just going for more reps. I honestly love when my weights are lighter and I'm doing more reps. I feel so much more in control and I feel the intensity a lot more. And I did superset this with some barbell RDLs. Now, I always try and add some sort of RDL variation to my leg days, whether that's with a barbell or some heavier dumbbells. And B stands are also really great as well, but I love doing barbell RDLs, and I did about 15 reps of this, and I started with 10 kg on each side. Then I move on to do a leg press, and these are a go-to for me. Like, I will always do this exercise on a leg day. Switching up your feet placement can give you some sort of variation on what muscles you're targeting more. I also did calf raises here too. Anytime I do this leg press, I always try and hit my calves as well. After this, I moved on to do a dumbbell lunge, a dumbbell reverse lunge. And you can do walking lunges or static lunges. It's up to you. Choose the variation of your choice. I did 10 reps per leg, so that's 20 reps each. And that concluded my leg day for the day. And I do take supplements like whey protein after my workout to help with my protein intake. I will be doing a detailed supplement video soon for you guys. And that brings us to Sunday. If I do a 5-day split, I'll usually do a bit of cardio on Sunday. I have this bike that I'll ride for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm not really the biggest fan of cardio, but the work has to be done. You know, it's very important as well to build your stamina and your endurance. And that concludes my weekly training split. If anything changes, I will be doing an updated weekly workout video. Also, before I end today's video, I want to thank you all so much for 200,000 subscribers. That is insane. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Don't forget to check out my training programs on my website and my app. The links will be in my description for you guys, and I will see you in my next one.